Over the last few months, you might have noticed Al and Jono working away in the background on the Type 88 75mm anti-aircraft gun. Now, with everything going on, we weren't able to dedicate a full restoration series on this piece. But today we're going to be sharing with you its final assembly and being brought over to the museum and set up for display. And Jason, our museum assistant manager, will give a talk on its history and characteristics. Hi, I'm Kurt from Oz Armour, and welcome to Workshop Wednesday.
Early in June, not long after finishing the famous Hamel gun, Al and Jono got to work on this Japanese Type 88 75mm anti-aircraft gun. At first glance, it didn't look so bad and was on display in the Japanese section of the museum for quite some time. But when we looked a little closer, it was actually in really rough shape. It was hard to fit in a full additional series on this piece, but I think you can easily see Al and Jono have put in a tremendous amount of work. Now it's time for it to all go back together. Daryl is here between projects at the moment and has agreed to lend a hand. They're going to start with the platform arms.
What do you want to do, wise one?
So push the leg in first, I think.
Yeah, so this one.
They're all upside down.
Right. That's
the centre one. No. So that
hooks onto there.
just hooked onto there.
And that one there goes into there. So that one there, the middle one,
Middle one.
is that one. So it's got to be that one, wouldn't it?
There. Middle one.
These arms were seized up when they were removed, and they've been primed and had a top coat applied. This might be making them a little stiff to get on, but there also might be another factor at play here.
Oh, well, let me just go back. Look here. Just had a knock.
Yeah.
Possibly could be.
There's a little knock here. It's strange. Nothing we could have done here would have caused that sort of damage, but we'll clean it up and keep moving.
Be right. Oh, try that. That's closer. No. Go out again.
Nearly just got to go back this way a bit.
Can't go any more without trying to. I'm thinking there might be too much build up of paint. Remember, it's been sandblasted.
Yeah, but
We'll try that.
it's hard.
You want a block of wood? Let me get rid of that grease, otherwise it's going to go everywhere.
Want to get a spanner on it?
Yep. One's got one as well.
Oh, okay.
But what it does have, it has tie-down straps on the side here. See here?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that one over there?
Middle one.
Oh
All
no,
right.
hold on. No, I'm confusing myself. Let me just take it out of the other squeeze.
This one is tight as well. Even with the paint, they should be going on much easier than this.
See if I turn it whether it helps you. No, one more. That's pretty close. Yeah, just so there you go.
Oh, careful.
Weight pulling down too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but it should be on that.
And then we spot it.
Is there one? Is it upside down?
No, no.
No, Alan's. You're right, Al. I think I fucked up.
That one goes here.
Then what?
That's
How
why.
does that other one? Oh, that locks onto that.
Look onto this one.
So then what locks this arm?
That there.
That pin
Yeah.
goes into there.
And that there. That, see that one there?
Yeah, but when that's folded back,
Yeah.
when that's folded back,
Yeah.
how does that? What locks that one in? What locks that in? Did we take photo? Cannot argue that, Al.
That's why it's so tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they might be mismatched.
Yeah.
Oops. That's why they weren't going on.
Oh, yeah, might be what they might work better if we put them in the right spot.
Look, it's likely you're a male over 45 watching this video. If you were to tell me you've never put together a flat pack after throwing away the instructions, I would have a lot of trouble believing you. It's not a big deal at all. We just have to knock the pins out and swap them around.
Have another go.
Now we do have the right one on this one.
Oh, you love your grease, though. One more. One more.
Back on track. The last arm can go on now, then the feet and the road wheels.
Oh, straight in.
Almost. You can copy that one over. Your glasses
There you go.
snag when you stand back up now.
And those two,
I'm sure they could have worked it out without the reference photo, but better safe than sorry this time.
yeah. Gentlemen, it's going to have a long one.
We've got 3 longs and 2 shorts.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah, because that's that one. Yeah, that's the
that,
long one there. Yeah.
That one.
There's a lot of thread on these feet, and they're tricky to wind on. We're certain that a tool would have been included in the gun's original CES. We don't have one, so Al made his own to make it a little bit easier.
We might have enough height on this one. What do you reckon?
Try.
Don't be alarmed at the damage to the paint. Once everything is reassembled, Al will go back over it all and touch it up.
Got metal blades. I'll hold it too. I'll hold him up. You try and turn it.
No, I grabbed this tape, huh? There you go.
Yep.
Cheers. Then.
I nearly got you.
Is that the left or the right, Al?
Doesn't matter, does it?
Oh, I did mark it.
Did you?
Remember I marked them up in
No, inside.
up in there?
What did it leave? The right one?
Yep. It's got to just go over that car. Yep. There. You got a nut on?
Yep.
Have you got a socket for him now?
Yeah,
see.
Look, there.
Yep. I'll make them top. Yep. Hold on. Yep.
You got to remember you just put a ton and a half on top of these.
Yeah.
Like so many weapons from this period, this gun has a nifty little hack for bringing it into action quickly.
So what are we looking at, Al?
This is a quick release, so you don't have to undo all your nuts to get your wheel off.
How does it work?
Just undo that.
Oh, you're kidding.
Might need two down.
Wow.
That.
The whole
They must-
drum and everything comes off.
They must do that when they set it up in battle or something, I don't know.
Yeah, when they have to deploy it really quickly, hey?
Yeah, so there's no wheels on, it's sitting right on the ground. Where here it's sitting with the wheels on.
Yeah, for travel.
Yeah.
Wowee.
Yeah.
How cool's that?
Yeah.
Now we can mount the gun. It will need to be a really even lift, as the mount has to locate on a lot of bolts simultaneously.
Put the gun on while it's up here or drop it down?
I prefer to put it on the ground and we can put these legs down to make it a nice stable
Yeah,
platform.
alright, okay.
Nice and level.
That's Ken. He's our groundskeeper, truckie, and the most Aussie bloke you will ever come across. He's also very skilled on the forklift.
Right, that's around.
Let's go right on the end. How's the thing out of the way, Al?
Come and pick the gun up and we can drop it on. We should be able to push it.
Yeah. Right, we've already pushed mine. Right, swing it. Where you want to go, right? Happy with that? So now we wind that one up a bit. Or do you want to put these ones down?
We're not planning on disassembling the gun after today, but Darryl loves his anti-seize.
mate. Whoop.
Hey, Al.
Whoop.
Whoop. You do a little
Yeah.
doohickey.
Whoop. No, you're pulling the wrong way.
Not for my holes.
Well, you have yours lined up in that side when it goes down.
You're lined up now.
Oh, you're gone.
Is that a little bit?
That's one way of doing it. They're all on.
On all the bolts.
Is there any thread left?
This side here. Yeah. You try and pull it.
And that's it. She's all together. There are 2 nuts per bolt, one for tightening and one for locking. Sometimes called a jam nut, it's a basic but very effective way to tighten the gun to the chassis. Al has some paint touch-ups to do, but before he got on with that, I asked Jason if he could take us through some of the history and characteristics of this piece.
Today we're looking at the World War II Japanese Type 88 75mm anti-aircraft gun. Type 88 was a designation given to it by the Japanese in the Japanese calendar 2588 or the Gregorian calendar 1928 when these first started to be produced. They built roughly 2,000 of these artillery pieces and they were used in just about every anti-aircraft theatre throughout the war. This particular gun was built at the Osaka factory in 1941. It had an elevation of pretty much 0 degrees right up to 85 degrees. So this had a maximum ceiling of about 9,098 metres. However, this couldn't reach out and touch the B-29, which could fly a little over 10,000 metres. It could fire a number of types of ammunition. So the first one being the HE-AA, the HE round in serials A and B, and also it could fire a Type 95 armour piercing round. So this round weighed about 6.2 kilos. This round could penetrate up to 54 millimetres of armour at 2,000 metres, up to 30 millimetres of armour at 3,000 metres. So it still was effective essentially against the Shermans through the South Pacific. We have 5 separate arms. The rear arm allows for the gun in its travel position to be in full recoil, and the rear of the gun can lock into this position here, so it can travel fully recoiled whilst towing. It's a hydropneumatic recoil system. The gun is a one-piece barrel and it has a horizontally sliding breech block. This particular gun was part of the 47th Field Anti-Aircraft Battalion. This was operated around Buna and Sanananda in November, December 1942. This gun was one of 8 that was returned to Australia, so we believe that it was captured by the 55th, 53rd Infantry Battalion at that time, because this gun was later sent out to the St Mary's Ammunition Factory as a mount at the front of the factory itself. Being St Mary's Ammunition Factory was at west of Sydney, hence where the 55th, 53rd Infantry Battalion were from. It sat out the front of that factory until about 1981. Then it went to the St Mary's Sims Metal Factory, where it sat there for quite a while until it was actually purchased by one of the truck drivers. He kept it for a number of years and then he sold it to the Bellars collection for around about $500. And then as part of the museum's bid for this gun, we got it from that auction, came to the museum, and as we saw, Al has restored it to its present condition.
Now to take it to the museum. Uh-oh, traffic jam. Japanese collection is quite limited, but what we do have is really interesting. This Hargo is definitely on the restoration list for sure.
Al and Jono have done a magnificent job on this gun, and it's ready just in time for the crowds at Oz Armour Fest. That's all we have time for today. Join us next Wednesday for your weekly tank restoration fix. So until then, I'm Kurt from Oz Armour, and I'll see you on the next one.